I'm Sharon, and I'm the bug person here at Garland Nursery, and I want to talk to you today about aphids. Now, a lot of people have aphids in their yard, and a lot of people may or may not notice them and may or may not recognize them as aphids. Aphids are very small, very soft-bodied insects that usually live on the growing, fresh, new growth of your plants, and that's usually, you can tell you have aphids because the growth will be distorted. They don't take bites, but they're sucking insects, so they actually pierce the leaf and suck the fluids out of it and cause the growth to be really twisted and gnarled. There are a lot of different kinds of aphids, and just because you have aphids on your roses doesn't mean that the aphids are going to get on another plant in your yard. Aphids, there are different varieties that have different preferences of what they will eat. I have some samples today of aphids that are on a hellebore and on a banana, just to show you a couple of different looks of aphids. Some of them are green, some are black, some are red. We're looking at a colony of green aphids on a hellebore, and most times people notice that they have something going on with their hellebore because they see these little tiny white skins that are usually laying on the leaf below where the colony is. And they don't notice that they have a colony because they mostly are on the back of the leaves. An interesting thing about aphids is that one female aphid can produce enough baby aphids between her and her future generations that if they were in ideal conditions for 1 year and you were to take, they would multiply so quickly that if you took the aphids and set them end to end in a line, they would circle the globe 3 times. That's how quickly aphids produce. Aphids are born pregnant. You see all these little baby aphids around here? Those have just been popped right out of the... So one of the things I wanted to point out is if you have any aphids that look like this one, the little brown, more rounded ones, that is one that's been invaded by an insect, a little teeny wasp that's smaller than a gnat, that actually eats the aphids. It inserts its egg in there and the larva eats the aphid from the inside out. And that will hatch out soon and send more wasps that will attack these other aphids. So sometimes if you don't do anything with an aphid colony, it'll take care of itself. I also want to point out a different kind of aphid. This is a black aphid that's on a banana, and you can see the colonies, and you can see this one also has one that has been infected by one of the little aphid killing wasps. So now if you don't want to rely on the fact that maybe or maybe not these little aphid killing wasps will show up at your house, you can do a number of different things to control aphids yourself. You can either just take your thumb and rub them off the back of the leaf and it will get rid of them. You can also, if you don't want to get sticky, you can use ladybugs. Ladybugs are probably the easiest biological control that we have. You can just release these in the evening and they'll climb up in the plant and they'll pretty much eat all of your aphids away. Sometimes they'll fly away. There's 1,500 ladybugs. Each one is capable of cleaning a couple of these leaves on its own. There's not enough food in your yard for 1,500 ladybugs if you still have live plants. If you don't want to use ladybugs, or you just have so many aphids that you just need to get them under control quickly, we have a couple of other sprays. We have this is a pyrethrin spray. It will kill them on contact. You have to actually hit the aphid. You can't spray the top of the leaves. You'd have to go underneath and spray individual colonies. This is an insecticidal soap. This is actually, insecticidal soaps are only good on soft-bodied insects, and aphids are probably the softest-bodied insect that there is. It will break down the skin of the aphid and dry it out. So insecticidal soaps are really good. This insecticidal soap also has seaweed extract, which is a fertilizer, which actually seems to help it work a little bit better. The plants, because they're taking in the fertilizer, it just seems like adding fertilizer to an insecticide does make it work better. And then if you want something with a little more lasting effect than either of those, we have 8. This is a permethrin, and you can spray it on your plants and it will kill the aphids that it hits, and then it will have a lasting effect for other aphids coming in. But I kind of like to go with the biological control and let nature take care of it.